TV, welcome to our news with the host Florence. Tonight we bring you the latest updates on matters that are going round us. Here are the headlines. Uganda celebrates Martyrs Day. International leaders call for peace and economic cooperations. Global attention remains on conflicts and humanitarian challenges. Uganda begins a new political term following the swearing of President Museveni. The 12th Parliament continues its work after members took oath. Development projects remain a key focus in West Nile. New leadership in Arua City outlines plans for roads, trade and youth empowerment. Business and markets words from West Nile. Stay with us for more updates. Uganda observed Modest Martyrs Day aimed Namugongo postponement over Ebola. Uganda is today commemorating Uganda Martyrs Day as a nationwide public holiday, though the traditional mass pilgrimage to the Namugongo shrine has been officially postponed due to strict public health measures. Following directive from President Yoweri Museveni and the National Epidemic Response Task Force, both the Catholic and Anglican Church leadership backed the decision to halt the massive national gathering to mitigate the transmission risks of an Ebola outbreak in the region, particularly given the high volume of cross-border pilgrims from the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. While the physical gates of Namugongo remained closed to the public today, Christians' faith across country have been urged by the government, Episcopal Conference and the Church of Uganda to observe the feast day prayerfully within their local dioceses and parishes, strictly adhering to Ministry of Health, Hygiene and Safety protocols. Global leaders focus on peace and economic growth. World leaders have continued discussions on economic recovery, climate change, and regional security. Several countries are strengthening trade partnership to boost economic growth and create employment opportunity for youth people. The international community is also monitoring humanitarian situation in different regions where millions of people continue to require assistance. Government and aid agencies have pledged continued support for vulnerable communities affected by conflicts and natural disasters. Climate change concerns continue. Environmental experts are warning that climate change remains one of the world's biggest challenges. Countries are being encouraged to invest in renewable energy, environmental conservation, and sustainable agriculture. Scientists say these measures are necessary to reduce the impact of extreme weather events. Global sports continue to unite nations across the world. Football, athletics, and other sports competitions continue attracting millions of fans. Sports organizations are promoting peace, unity, and talent development among young people. Coming to Uganda National News, President Museveni begin new term. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni officially began a new presidential term after taking the oath of office at Kololo ceremonial grounds. The ceremony attracted regional leaders, diplomats, and international delegations from various countries. The president pledged continued focus on development, economic transformation, and national stability. Uganda Broadcasting Corporation Plus Parliament continues working after swearing in. Members of Uganda's 12 parliaments have officially taken oath and begun legislative duties. The new parliament is expected to focus on legislation, oversight, and presentation of citizens across the country. Government prioritizes infrastructure development. Government officials say infrastructure development remains a major priority. Road construction, electricity expansion, and improved public service are expected to support economic growth and investment across Uganda. Health sector strengthening. The Ministry of Health continues to encourage Ugandans to utilize health facilities and follow public health guidelines. Authorities say the investments in hospital and health center remains important in improving healthcare delivery. Education stakeholders are calling for increased support towards schools, especially in rural areas. They emphasize the importance of girls' child education, vocational skills, and technology training for Ugandans' growing youth populations. Development remains key focus in West Nile. Leaders from the West Nile region continue advocating for improved infrastructure, trade opportunity, and youth employment. Residents have welcomed ongoing discussions aimed at improving road networks and connectivity with the region. Agricultural activity increase. Farmers across the West Nile have intensified agricultural activity following favorable weather conditions. Agricultural officers are encouraging farmers to adopt modern farming methods to increase productivity and household income. Key crops being cultivated include cassava, maize, beans, groundnuts, and simsim. Youth empowerment concerns. Youth leaders in West Nile continue calling for more employment opportunities. Community organizations are encouraging youth people to engage in entrepreneurship, vocational training, and agriculture. Trade activities along border areas. Cross-border trade remains important for the economies of West Nile districts. Business communities are urging authorities to improve transport infrastructure to facilitate trade and investments. Coming to Ario City, new leaders showed in Ario City. Officials ushered in a new political leadership following the swearing-in ceremony of elected leaders. Mayor Florence Dangote outlined plans focusing on road infrastructure, trade promotion, and youth empowerment. Road network improved. City authorities say improved roads remains a top priority. The planned improvements are expected to ease movement of goods and service and support business growth within Arua City. Business community optimistic. Business owners in Arua City have expressed optimism about future economic growth. Traders are calling for improved markets, better sanitation, and increased security to enhance business operations. Local leaders continue encouraging community participation in development programs. Residents are being urged to support initiatives aimed at improving education, health, and environmental conservation. Coming to market words, cassava prices remains relatively stable. Maize prices have shown slight increase in some areas. Groundnuts continue attracting strong demand. Beans remains among the most traded food commodities. Traders expect prices to fluctuate depending on supply and weather condition. Young people are encouraged to embrace innovation, education, and entrepreneurship. Experts say digital skills, agriculture, and vocational training remains among the most promising opportunities for Uganda's youth. Young people are also advised to avoid crime, drug abuse, and other activities that negatively affect their future. Football competition continue across Uganda, East Africa, and internationally. Fans are eagerly following league competitions and transfer market development. Uganda athletes continue preparing for regional and international competitions. Sport officials are optimistic about future performance from emerging talents. Taking the local sports, schools and community sports program in West Nile continue identifying and nurturing young talent. Sport administrators have called for greater investment in youth and sport development. Turning to weather forecast today, according to weather observation, West Nile is expected to experience partially cloudy conditions. Some areas may receive light rainfall. Farmers are advised to monitor local weather updates. That brings us to the end of our tonight's news in Sarah Wright TV with anchor Florence. On behalf of the entire production team, thank you for watching. We do it for peace and love, and keep following Sarah Wright TV, and we thank you for choosing Sarah Wright as your trusted news source, and we look forward in bringing you more news to keep you updated on the matters that affect our communities and the nation. You can follow us on all social media platforms. You can get us in Facebook, in Twitter, in Instagram, in TikTok. Thank you. Stay tuned. Good day. How many minutes?